Hey everybody, it's Kim here with a video for you. We are going to do an album today made with the Cricut Artiste Cartridge and the Dimensional Elements album pages that come with the cartridge when you buy it, or you can buy them separately. You could also, if you didn't want to buy these, you could also cut out probably 4 pieces of white cardstock, just glue them together and you'll get that same thickness, but then you kind of risk them peeling apart and stuff a little bit more. So if you can get these little elements, it's a good way to go. And the Cricut Artiste will cut out your paper exactly. You're going to cut them at 3 3/4 inches. It says right on the outside of the package, on all these elements that you get, it'll tell you exactly what size to cut the coordinating shape for them. So what we're going to do is punch these out. I could have done this off camera, but I just wanted you guys to see how they come. And this is nice thick chipboard. So I guess if you wanted to save this cutout, you could use it maybe to draw as a stencil, you know, to draw on something. I don't know what, maybe a scrapbook page to draw a shape on a page or something like that if you wanted to. So this idea is from Debbie, my upline lady. She's my mom upline lady. So this is her idea, and this was in another one of her workshops that she does at her house, and that was this morning, but I didn't get to stick around for it. I had to run into work. So I'm just going to pop these little, you know, the little holes out. So they're done, and they just pop right out. You could use like your little, you know, like a little stylus or something. I just grabbed a pair of scissors here. Pop it there. And Debbie had all the pieces and parts cut out for us. And we're going to be using 2 different stamp sets with this, that I'll show you here in just a second. We are going to use the D1518 Christmas Delights Holiday stamp set, and that's this cute little one with the rocking horse and the choo-choo train, and I believe in the magic of Christmas, Dear Santa, a tag, and the stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes of St. Nicholas soon would be there, and a little stocking. So really cute little stamp set. And we're also going to use this one here, which is C1510 Merry and Bright Holiday. Those are in this catalog, the autumn fall catalog that just came out. And it has Happy Holidays, Let the Spirit of Christmas Bring You Joy, Merry and Bright, a little element, some flowers, birds, some berries, a wreath, and that little element there. Alright, so those are what we're going to be using. And this should go pretty quick because Debbie had it all ready to go. I just stamped what we were going to do, and she's got it pretty much put together here. I am going to go off camera for just a second and fussy cut out this little bow that was stamped with cranberry, and the wreath was stamped with, I believe, olive that she had. Okay, so I'm gonna go cut this out so I don't have to torture you watching me do this. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I went and cut my little bow out, and I actually had to restamp it and cut it again because I cut the little tail off of one of the sides. So I didn't have the color hollyhock that we'd use in Debbie's class, or no, sorry, cranberry. So I got out my holiday red and stamped it on that, and that's going to be just fine. I just want that little bow to pop off of that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit better here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is the album. Let's get started here. For the first, this is the outside cover of the album right here, and this little bow is going to go on the outside. You know what, I'm going to ink that up a little bit first, I think, before I do anything. Hold on a second, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back. I fussy cut out this little bow, and I actually had to restamp it and cut it out again because I cut the one of the little tails off. So I didn't have that same color that Debbie used, the cranberry. So I restamped it in my holiday red. It's going to be a little bit brighter, and that's okay. I'm going to put that down with a little glue dot right onto the other top of the bow that's on the wreath, just so that that bow pops off that wreath a little bit. There we go. At the end, I will bling this up a little bit and show you, but it's got to dry, so I'll show you that later. I also daubed around the edges. Again, I didn't have that particular color. I think it was olive. I had New England ivy, so it's a little bit brighter, but that's okay. It's just going to pop off the page a little bit more than it would have otherwise, but it's going to be fine. So I'm just going to tack this down to the front of my album, and this is the front. This is the first page of the album. I've kind of put them all together in order so you don't have to sit through me trying to figure that out. So just kind of place that evenly in the middle. That bow wants to move, so we'll fix that. Okay, so I was going to use my ATG gun, but I know I'm going to end up wanting to slide these around just a little bit, so I'm going to use a thin layer of glue. And if you have your liquid glass, that would work really good with this. Mine happens to be plugged up, and I don't have a safety pin handy to get it unplugged. So we're going to use this Scotch glue. It's quick drying glue, and I used it on a lot of my 3D stuff. As you can see, it's close to being empty here. So let's just mess with the top of this a second here, and I'll be right back. Okay, see if that unclogs it a little bit. There we go, that's better. Okay. You don't want to put too much, that might be a little much, but because when you use your ATG gun, you can't slide things around at all. You're there. So I want to make sure I get this on nice and straight. So see how I had to kind of slide it around to make sure I was lined up really good. And the nice thing about this project is that the Cricut cuts these pieces out exactly to the shape of your album. So there's no guesswork or anything like that. So there you go. There's your first page. You're outside of your page. So put another thin layer of glue all around the edges, all the way out to the edge if you can, because that's the part that's going to peel when people open it and close it. The middle is not as bad, so try to get that glue all the way out to the edges. So we're using the opposite side of the pear and partridge paper that had the little birds on it. This is the dark green side. Okay, so I had to slide that around a little bit, and I'm still not completely perfect, but I'm going to daub around these edges probably with some chocolate just to smooth out any mistakes so you can't see them as bad. And then I'm going to use my ATG gun on the stuff that I can, because I don't want too much wetness in there, because it will tend to wrinkle if you get it too wet in there. We don't want to do that. So this is just a place to put either some journaling or a little picture of somebody inside your album. Okay, so there's your first cover page. The next page is this little scalloped on one side, and we used this stamp that I showed you earlier and stamped a little rocking horse on there. And so we're going to put a little bit of glue all around your edges again. And these are all cut out at 3 3/4 inches on your Cricut with the Artiste Cartridge. See how easy? I mean, on prior albums of these that I've done, you had to do a lot of sanding to get them just right on the edges, and this you don't have to do that on because it cuts it out just right for you. So that's the nice thing about this cartridge. And then on this side, we stamped some little flowers all around the edges and one of the little birds off that same stamp set. How cute, see? And then we can put a little picture in the middle of that of somebody. So there's the second page. Done. Voila. I just want to show you how quick this is to put together. Once you have your pieces all cut out, it goes really quick. Just a nice thin layer, if you can, all the way out to the edges. And then some throughout the middle. And we're putting this red side up. That is really pretty. That's going to be in my next order. I was concentrating on Thanksgiving, but now it's time to move on to Christmas. So there's that page. Flip that over. More glue. I'm afraid this is clogged a little bit, and I'm afraid I'm going to get a big old bunch coming out of it once in any second, but hopefully not. We'll see. And this is the striped side, the opposite side of that red. And scooch that around so it's just right on there. See, I couldn't do that with my ATG gun. Once it was down, it would have been down. So, alright. And on this color here, this green out of that same paper pack, we stamped Merry and Bright. I don't know why I'm saying we. I should say I did stamp it, but this was all Debbie's idea. So I guess that's why I'm saying we, because it's her idea. So that's not lining up quite the way I hoped, but when we daub around those edges, you won't be able to see that. So don't worry about that if it's not, you know, lining up perfect for you. But they do. They just that one didn't. And if you have not seen my recent video talking about my giveaway, you can go watch that. I'm going to be giving away a couple set of stamps to a couple different lucky winners as soon as I hit 100 subscribers. Right now I am at 37, so it's climbing. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. This is going to have a little bit of bling here on the berries too, but I'm not going to do that until I'm all done because I don't want to smear anything. This one is that really cute tan paper with some little pink flowers throughout, some little daisies, really pretty. We stamped I Believe in the Magic of Christmas on that one. I hope that scraping's not really loud on the camera. I don't know what that will sound like. Guess we'll see. That page down, scooch it around. This stuff dries pretty quick too, but so I didn't quite get that scooched where I wanted it before it dried. But it's close. And once I daub around it, you won't be able to see that, so that's okay. Usually gives me a couple more seconds on that to scooch. Alright, so I'm going to go off camera and finish up these last two because I think this is probably getting pretty boring for you guys, so I'll be right back. Okay, so let's finish this video up. It's been overnight since I did this, and I put a little bit of bling on the front page here. Get that centered there. On the bow and all around there. And then the next page is just, you can put a little photo here, journaling, photo, whatever you want. You can stamp it up more if you want. There's the little rocking horse. And the merry and bright, and the flowers and the bird. And put a little bit of bling on the berries. See that? And I daubed around all the edges with some chocolate just to kind of get rid of all the white around there and everything. And then there's that. And then the very back page, there's the smoke from the train. I added a little bit of black ink to the smoke to make it look like smoke. And that's it. And put some cranberry twine through all the holes. Don't tie it too tight. Leave some room so it can open easily, so you don't have a hard time opening it. So there you go. There's that little album. Hope you enjoy. Super easy to make because the Cricut cuts it all out for you. And like I said, if you don't have these dimensionals, you can just cut out 4 or so pieces of white cardstock or colonial white or brown, whatever color you want. Whatever color you have, is going to be hidden, so it doesn't matter, to make your own cardstock. Or you can use cardstock and your deep cut blade on your Cricut too if you have some, or not cardstock, some chipboard, and just have the Cricut cut it out for you, and then it goes together perfectly. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you make one. Get inspired for Christmas. I'm getting inspired even though it's not November yet. I can't help myself, but I'm trying. So I'm going to do some Halloween stuff here soon because it's going to be Halloween and I'm not going to have my Halloween stuff done. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.